I know y'all not going in on me for my country grandma. Hello everyone, I'm Banav Shalyapar, here to show you the life of a true Israelite mother. So apparently, in my last video, I called vanilla extract vanilla abstract. Baby, let me tell you something. I was born and raised in the South, okay? We call stuff the wrong names all the time. And what makes it so bad, y'all still knew what the hell I was talking about. This reminds me of when I was in college and my classmates were always laughing at my accent. I could never understand why, because we lived in the South. I could see if we was in New York or on the West Coast, but we live in the South. So when they would make fun of me, my response would always be, do you know where the fuck you at? Like, I don't know what other response I was supposed to give them. But anyway, next subject. Today I decided to make my daughter some potatoes and onions. You know what? I'm really proud of myself. I've been doing really good with cooking actual breakfast meals for my baby. Usually, I would just make her some eggs and sausage or get her a breakfast bowl in the morning time. Mainly because of those wonderful pregnancy symptoms you get in the beginning stages of your pregnancy. But now I somewhat feel better and I'm able to do more. But as you guys know, I still be fucking up some of my meals. It just so happens that my family are not picky eaters or too judgmental. You know, I really feel bad for the mothers who slave all day over a hot stove for their kids to be overly picky eaters. Look, I understand how it can feel to cook something and get roasted for the end result. It really does make you feel devalued and sometimes like a failure. But then I be looking at these parents on social media and I honestly don't feel bad for them. Matter of fact, I give them the side eye. I watched a TikTok video the other day and a child was eating her mama up for cooking something that she doesn't really eat every day. The mom attempted to get the child to eat new food, but after like 2 or 3 attempts, the mom gave in. She ended up giving the child what she really wanted, which was chicken nuggets and french fries. Parenting like that so-called gentle parenting, I do not be having no pity for. And here's why. Because children can be very manipulative and they are going to test the limits. But that doesn't mean give up or feed into their bullshit. No, there is no such thing as perfect parenting. But if your child does not have any special needs and is capable of doing things on their own, then they are capable enough to listen to you and do things that they do not want to do. When I give my baby new foods to try or even something that she doesn't eat all the time, I'm not going to feed into her manipulative tactics. If I know she ain't allergic to it and she can chew it with her teeth, she's going to eat it. When she refuses to eat the food, meaning she's holding it in her mouth, I will kindly wrap the meal up and save it for later. I even tell her, you're gonna eat this food. And you want to know something? This makes her not be a picky eater. Now my baby does have a Korean background, so she eats all the Korean cuisines and the southern slop as long as it's clean food according to the Bible. That's why as a parent, it's always good to test their boundaries and limits. You have to try new things with them and see what their interests are and what they do and don't like. And always continue to work with them. I refuse to allow my child to assert her authority over me or even control my household. And baby, she will have some home training. And if we're ever out and she decides to do the opposite, I will match that energy, okay? That gentle parenting is not for all kids. I know y'all seen that viral video of that little girl just trashing Walmart. I mean, she was throwing the products around the store, stumping on food, and she even started throwing glass at one point. Because of how society is today, people were scared to stop the child. Folks were recording, but mainly people were just standing around. I think what was really upsetting for me was when I heard the mother walk up and said, y'all don't know what she been through. And she's right to a certain extent. We don't know what she's been through, but I know what she hasn't had, which is a good upbringing and parents to teach her right from wrong. See, the Bible says there is nothing new under the sun. Therefore, childhood trauma and the numerous of traumatic things that a child can possibly go through is not new, which should not be an excuse for a child to cut up in public. Yes, as a parent, if your child has experienced childhood trauma, it is your job to get them the help that they need. But it never gives them a pass to misbehave in public. This is learned behavior. If a child is able to get away with having tantrums, screaming to the top of their lungs, and doing whatever they want to do at home, then they are most definitely going to think that they can get away with it when they go out. I mean, when does the responsibility fall back on the parents? They are the ones to choose whether they want a baby or not and neglect raising the baby appropriately. So should there be some type of consequence for that? I'm probably going to get some backlash for that. But I said what I said. Parents need to raise their child to be respectable people and stop looking at therapists and psychiatrists and other healthcare professionals to parent their child. I get so sick and tired of parents calling me me at my job because their child done made a ruckus at school and they expect me to be Captain Save-A-Ho. No, ma'am. If your child done something wrong, your child needs to pay the price. And using their mental health diagnosis or their childhood trauma as a crutch ain't gonna cut it. So parents, do better. Raise your kids and stop letting them raise themselves. Gentle parenting can only work but so much. You gotta put in the work with your children. And if you don't know how to be a parent, there are all types of ways you can learn. Or don't have any at all. I know that might sound ugly, but if you don't have the time and patience to actually raise your children, you probably don't need to be making babies. I'm not saying or acting like I know everything about parenting, but I do know the type of person I want my kids to be, which are well-mannered, righteous, and respectable, which means I have to groom them to be as such. But I really want to know what you think about the topic and what kind of parent are you? But until next time, bye!